Check 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Benny bust it open, lift it up. Yeah. Come on, lift it up. Benny bust it open for your B-O-Y. Benny, for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze up. You know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Hello, hi, hey y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hello, happy Saturday. It's a rainy Saturday where I'm at, but happy Saturday and shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get in here, get the likes up on the video. Happy Saturday to the dollhouse. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Make sure y'all put the likes up on the video. Make sure y'all support the channel. The way you can support the channel is like the video. It's easy. Just like the video. That's all I literally ask. But shout out to everybody in the building. Love y'all down to the ground. We got a show to discuss today. And I want to welcome everybody on in, okay? Now, first, it's in no particular order. We're going to discuss a little bit of this Diddy thing. Obviously, Kanye showed up to the trial yesterday, and we're going to discuss that and a couple other things that happened. It was a slow day yesterday, so it ain't that crazy, but we'll discuss it either way. Then we also need to discuss Kemp calling out everybody who claim to be friends of Diddy but not showing up to the trial, and she's right. All of these so-called celebrities, French Montana, Rick Ross, DJ Khalid, all these people, wherever you seen Diddy, you seen them. You don't find none of these people. And I'm with Tia. Where y'all at? We're going to get into it. Then I want to discuss Kevin Gates basically confirms breakup between him and Brittany Renner, but he did it respectfully. I'll give him that. We'll also discuss Bow Wow's baby mama, Joi Chavez. What's her name? Sour cream and chives, whatever her name is. She said she didn't see that little girl dress when she walked out the door. Okay. So she said if she would have synced it, it would have been different. But she didn't see it. I didn't share it. This is what she said, and we're gonna get into it, and we gonna discuss it. And then Cam Newton and Keyshia Cole discussed the broken home system. And then it's Joi, or it's not Joey, it's Joi. Got it. Joi, my bad. And then we got to discuss, Cam talks about not wanting to create broken families as he continued to hold or has continued to create broken families. We gonna discuss that. Is that and Yandy, baby, Yandy's side dude, Tasha K, got him on the line, and we're gonna discuss that. So y'all get up in here, get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. I sure hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. I am a little bit early because I'll be doing something else later. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Oddie told the feds that DJ Khalid is gay. Yes, he did. Rick Ross and Diddy. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He did say that. He said that Rick Ross, for sure, he said Rick Ross and Diddy are gay. He also spoke about how he used to be under the tables servicing Sir Diddy while he's on the phone making business calls and things of that nature. So that's a whole other story. He also said that they gave him the herp. Y'all remember that? And he sued them and got $1 million or $2 or something like that. So then I was watching, was it RG3? No, what's the name of that girl channel on YouTube? But I was watching her, and they did an old video of 50 talking about, because we about to tie this in. Listen, let's tie this up. Because since we talking about the Diddy thing, let's go with the move. So when I was watching this old video of 50's relationship with Daphne Joy, I didn't know RRG. Thank you so much, MB908. RRG, that's the name of the channel. I didn't know that before what's the girl named Daphne was with 50. I didn't know she was with Jason Derulo. And I didn't know she was with what's the boy name? DJ D-Ray. I didn't know she was with D-Ray. I didn't know. Somebody forgot to tell me that part. And let me gag y'all up a little bit more. And this is from old tweets or old something from D-Ray. D-Ray said, this is a gag. D-Ray said when she got with I don't know if it was with Jason Derulo or if it was with the other guy, but either way, D-Ray had responded because she had did this modeling thing for this magazine called Smooth. Listen, she did this modeling thing for this magazine called Smooth. And D-Ray said, how you gonna model for a magazine called Smooth when your coochie bumpy? Paraphrasing. I didn't say it. This is what they said. D-Ray said. Now, this was years ago. But that ties into Jonathan Oddie saying that he was sleeping with not only Cassie, but Diddy as well. That also ties into Jonathan Oddie saying that basically he got the hurt from Cassie and Diddy. He said that. He said that he sued them, and either he sued them or they settled with him for like $2 million. I'm just trying to pleat the loose ends together. And then the rumor I had heard years ago was that the reason 50 was mad was because Joey had gave him the hurt. I don't know. These are all rumors, speculations, guesses, and things of that nature. But I'm just telling you, the more I'm starting to really start paying attention, I'm over here saying, And I got another plot twist. And this might be going fall, but y'all know I goes fall. This might be going fall, but I got another plot twist. Hold on, let me find this comment because you brought it up. Sierra, thank you for saying that. She said, so Alex rescued Cassie, but had no involvement. That's the other plot twist. Because remember, Diddy is now sleeping with, or was sleeping with, the guy that he had banging up Daphne, Jane Doe. Also, what's the boy name? The one who was banging up Daphne and all of that. Not only that, Diddy had him as his personal trainer. He was Diddy's personal trainer, or he was working out with Diddy one-on-one. I'll say that. The guy who was smashing on Daphne, I forget his name, the escort. He was Diddy. Him and Diddy used to work out one-on-one together. Now I'm starting to think about Cassie and this doggone trainer that she got called a husband. Okay. And he too was Diddy's trainer. Now, two things could happen. One, Diddy hired the trainer to go get Cassie and get her up out of there. Like, go get her. And then, you know what I'm saying? Take woo. Or, could the trainer be somebody who was in the freak offs with them too? Because remember, they said that he called one day while they was on the phone during the freak off. Remember they said he FaceTimed her one time they was having a freak off? I don't know. I'm just guesstimating. I don't know. I'm just saying. You never know. You just never know. But either way, I don't know, y'all. We'll see. It's a lot of things going on. Dorian Span, thank you for the super chat. Happy Saturday, Boo and Dolls. Thank you so much, Dorian, and happy Saturday to you as well. Happy Saturday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Boo, mods in chat. It's that time again. It's my birthday. I'm running these streets, sis, but I had to request Miss Peggy, and I'm black. Hit that like button. And for sure, I was coming on here to tell you happy birthday anyways, but happy birthday to my beautiful mod, Divine Empress. Thank you so much for all that you do. I hope that you have as many birthdays as you choose. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, your week, your month, your year, and everything else. And shout out to anybody and everybody else in the chat who have a birthday. Y'all drop them cakes down in the chat for my beautiful mod. Happy birthday, Divine Empress. Love you, Boo. Thank you so much for all you do. Shout out to everybody. Happy birthday, Boo.
Let's go, Miss Peggy.
Y'all make it.
Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy about the Peggy about the Peggy about the Peggy. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it. Oh, Miss Peggy.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the black, the nigga I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm proud, I'm black and I'm proud, I'm black and I'm proud, I'm black and I'm proud. You got to say, they want the black. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black, the black. I can never be white. Shake if your leg, wiggle lift your leg, bounce lift your leg, hustle lift your leg. If your leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if your leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, man. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
Happy birthday, Divine Empress, and happy birthday to any and everybody whose birthday I may have missed. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. I hope you guys got the likes up on the video, please and thank you. William, hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you so much. Now, we got to get right on into the show, you guys. So, shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Like I said, y'all get the likes up on the video. So let's start with Bow Wow and Joi, not Joey, it's Joi. Sorry. Let's start with Bow Wow and Joi Chavez. Is she Hispanic or something? I feel like that's probably what it is. So, okay. So this is what happened. You guys saw there was a video that Bow Wow did with his beautiful daughter. Shy is her name. I can't remember. But either way, there's a video that Bow Wow, or at least an interview that Bow Wow did on the red carpet for the BET Awards. And in said BET Awards video, his twin, literally his doppelganger, his daughter is standing next to him. Now, like myself, fans noticed immediately that my girl got a little too much skin hanging out over here. Now, how old is Bow Wow la girl? She can't be no more than 12, 13, 14 tops. How old is this little girl? Either way, it looks like, as a woman who wears clothes, it looks like this little girl has on a type of bodysuit type of thing. And then it also looks like she has on this like kind of wrap thing or wrap skirt that kind of, it covers it, but it leaves a lot for the imagination around the hip area. Does that make sense? So with that being said, it was too grown, it was too old, it was too much for her. And as a 14-year-old daughter, because everybody's saying she's 14, Bow Wow, I get it. Bow Wow is not 60, but Bow Wow ain't 20 neither. I'm 42. Bow Wow got to be at least 38, 39. Hell, Bow Wow ain't that much younger than me now. Hold on. He up there now. Hold on. Let me ask Google. How old is Bow Wow? 38
years old.
38. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. He ain't that young. He know what's right and what's wrong. And especially like I told y'all last time, him growing up in the industry, seeing what he's seen, he should really want to protect this child. He should really want to protect this child. But, you know, I'm of the belief that a lot of these people, when they be signing these deals, a lot of times they might be putting their children, even their future children up, you know, for collateral type teas. Anyway, so he does the interview. Everybody freaks out about the little girl's outfit. And here comes Joi, who's also a baby mama of Future and Bow Wow. She's claiming that she didn't know anything about it. She didn't see the outfit. When she did see it, it looked age appropriate. Had she seen it, it wouldn't have been this, that, and the third altogether. This is according to Joi. That's her name. It says Joi Chavez responded after critics blamed her for her daughter's BET Award carpet look. Shy Moss was in attendance with her dad, Bow Wow. However, Joi is making it clear that she wasn't there and didn't see Shy's final look until the rest of the world did. She says that before the event, it wasn't known that the dress had a cutout on the side. Joi shared what she would have done had she been present at the award show. Now, this is why it is extremely imperative and especially important for you guys, especially if y'all living in if I'll say this. As little girls, as girls, we've all been there. I remember we wore school uniforms. My mom used to buy my skirt to go below my ankle. But every day I used to get to school, I used to roll my skirt up so much, girl. I used to have a big old tube around my waist. Do you hear me? Because I refused to walk to school with my skirt down below my, not my ankle, my knees, below my knees. However, right before I got home, what did I do? Unroll that skirt so it can go down to the knee. So when I walk into my mama house, she not looking at me like, what in the hell is going on? Why is this important? With Miss Joi, I get it. They celebrities. It's not regular, schmegular, everyday stuff with them. However, it is very important that you make sure these things are looked at and taken care of. Because now we're talking about not just a regular teenage girl like I was. Now we're talking about a teenage girl with clout, influence, celebrity, and money. Girl, she could have had the stylist show that to your mama and be like, hey, cut this out. I'm not saying she did that, but I'm just saying that type of influence breed that type of behavior. Hey, cut that little side out right quick. Don't worry about it. I'm going to pay you. And money talks and bullcrap walks all over the world. Okay? All over the world. So I think that with Miss Joi and Mr. Bow Wow here, I think that what this is a lesson learned. Y'all need to be making sure that y'all putting in extra steps and barriers and extra precautions to make sure your child is straight before she leave out the house. because she not even scared enough to say, and that's the difference between me at 14 and Shy at 14. Because see, me at 14 was terrified of my mama walking around that corner or walking to the corner and seeing my skirt above my knee. So me, when I got off the bus and the bus passed and all them kids, after they was gone though, not before. Once the bus passed, I hurried up, put my book sack down and unrolled my skirt. Because God forbid my mama just spin the block and my skirt rolled up. I was terrified. But see, these girls, she don't care. Because remember, our age group want to be friends with our children. We want to be friends. Oh, I'm your friend. We can hang out. We can smoke. We can chill. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here. So she's not even afraid to say, you know what? If I'm going to wear the little side out, let me at least hide it while I'm on the screen with my daddy. And then when we go to whatever after party or wherever we go, then I'm going to bust it out. No, my girl is out. What's up? You see what I'm saying? There's no consequences there, and that's the problem. So, Joy, I get what you about to say, and I'm about to let you cook. But girl, it's given there's a drop ball somewhere between the parenting, between you and Mr. Bow Wow. Let's get into it. Get the likes up. Hold on, get the likes up on the video.
That they sent over, it looks like a long sleeve dress that's like has jewels on it and a thing hanging on the side. I was like, oh my God, so cute. At no point did we know that it was a cutout. But whoever was styling her should have said, hey, there's a cutout. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And when she put it on, I think they were like, oh man, we didn't realize. Oh gosh, what do we have to back up? No, they don't have to back up.
So they couldn't. So this is my question. They didn't have an extra piece of fabric. Hell, for the last ditch effort, maybe even a piece of lace. Anything they could have done, mind you, this ain't Walmart. This ain't Macy's, where these people getting their clothes from. When they order their outfits, it come with a person, a seamstress, a stylist, okay? So when she ordered the outfit, you mean to tell me whoever that was came with that outfit, number one, don't know how to sew, and number two, couldn't find a piece of fabric, garment, something to cover the hip part. Just the part by the hip where the drawers go, where the drawers lining go. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Deanna, or put on some black shorts or something. Something could have happened. You mean to tell me that because they didn't have a backup outfit, just screw it, go out there? Nah, bro. I don't give a damn if I got to go to the Family Dollar and go to the kids section and go get a big old a pair of black shorts or a pair of big old the bloom ass drawers. She not going out there with that hip out there like that. And it's not up for debate. It's literally not up for debate. Back up or no. Either the hip gets covered or the whole thing is canceled. Okay?
We're in the trailer. She has to go out. What? So she was just saying she didn't like how she had to like do this the whole time. She just felt kind of like weird and uncomfortable. And I was like, well, yeah, because it's inappropriate.
So according to Joy, she said the little girl Shy was uncomfortable. And that would make sense because you can see her body language that she's uncomfortable. But honestly, and this is another thing too. I don't know how these cues go when they on these shows. But if that was my child, you know what I would have said? Switch us around. Put her on this side. That way, the side that has her hip is showing. That way, that side doesn't show. So what we're gonna do is switch. We're gonna switch our cues because my child, in her innocence, and she's visibly uncomfortable. So what I'm gonna do is, as a father, as a parent, mother, father, I don't give a damn. As a guardian or a parent, let me switch sides. Here, you go on this side. That way your hip not showing. I'm gonna be on this side. Let's get through the interview. Then we'll find out how to get you something to cover you up and moving forward. You see what I'm saying? But not conduct the entire interview. Not to conduct the entire interview with the girl visibly uncomfortable. Because she's visibly uncomfortable.
But yeah. So yeah, she had to deal with thousands of grown people talking about her, saying, I know her mama, but her mama ain't doing nothing. Mama was not in attendance. Mama was not around.
Let's be clear and let's stop lying. And let's be clear. Nobody spoke ill about this child. Everybody spoke ill about you and Bow Wow. See, the things that the parents these days are doing that I hate, instead of being accountable for their actions or lack thereof, when people call them out on the stuff, the neglect or whatever it is with their children, they try to switch, or they like to switch the narrative and say, oh, you talking about my child. Nobody said nothing about this little girl. As a matter of fact, everybody was saying stuff out of concern, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Woot the woot. Now, some people could have been ignorant, but nobody spoke ill of this little girl. They were talking about you and Bow Wow's parenting. That's what they were talking about. So nobody spoke ill about her. It was just y'all as parents. It would be one thing if she's on a Teen Choice Awards and her daddy ain't nowhere to be found. She's standing next to the nigga. That's where everybody's outrage came in. Let's stop doing that. Oh, everybody's on the line talking about my child. No, we're not talking about children. For the most part, we don't be talking about children. We be talking about the parents. But the parent scapegoat is, oh, let's just say you dragging for my child so it can take the heat off of me. But I'm not gonna let y'all do it. It's still yours and Bow Wow's responsibility to make sure stuff like this don't happen. So people were dragging for y'all, not her.
Okay, Mama would have had. If I was there, I would have went to the closest whatever, or Instacart or some little black shorts to put underneath. But that's just a mistake. That's not gonna happen ever again. Right, I would have went right there at Macy's or somewhere. Of course I'm clearing it up because a lot of these people are trying it. Like, it's cool, you have your comments. I had my comments. I saw it when y'all saw it. She went from the trailer to we had no time to even speak. I didn't say, oh my God, let me see her. Nothing. I saw it online with y'all and I said, so yeah, the one with her and Tia was really cute. I show y'all the picture that they sent over. It looks like.
I want to say this. I don't know this young lady. I don't know nothing about this young lady. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like she's intentionally probably a bad mother. I don't think that. I don't get that vibe from her. I don't get that she's intentionally a bad mother. And I'm gonna go with maybe she wasn't able to see the outfit. Let's just go with the move. I think that what we need to do is take this as a learning lesson that moving forward, you need to be there to look, to be sure, so to have a walkthrough with your child. Yeah. Because see, she's only 14. If you leave it up to her, you know what I mean? If you leave it up to strangers, you need to have walkthroughs and have a thorough look at your child moving forward. And then let's also be clear about this too. What I don't like about celebrities is they do stuff right in front of our face. And then when we call it out, they gaslight us as if we're not watching what we're watching. Too often in this celebrity world, y'all take y'all 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old daughters and y'all dress them up like grown adults. Let's really talk about it. Y'all overly sexualize these little bitty girls in Hollywood all the time. And every time we get on here and say something about it, y'all want to get on here and try to make it seem like somebody's attacking the child. We're attacking you. This is what Hollywood do. And it ain't just Bow Wow's daughter, Blue Ivy. She was too grown at that doggone Lion King premiere. Blue Ivy looked 40 years old and she was 14, 13. Too grown. Cleavage, push-up bra, sweetheart neckline, too grown. We can go down the list. Most of these little girls, after these celebrities who come from my Northwest to all of them, they too grown. And this the worst part. Back when I was coming up, or even when my daughter was coming up, you know who they looked up to? That's So Raven and Hannah Montana. These little girls was dressed up like little bitty girls. Y'all got y'all 12-year-olds dressed up like they 40. So now what the person with a 12-year-old who looking up to your 12-year-old, what you think that 12-year-old gonna want to do? It bothers me that y'all try to make it seem like what we're seeing is not what we're seeing. I'm going to believe my eyes 1,000 times before I believe your mouth. The fact of the matter is, this is a very This is a trending thing amongst Hollywood and their children. Y'all like to display y'all children out here like they grown. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying as a collective. Y'all love dressing y'all little bitty girls up like they grown. Y'all do. And y'all fan bases love making sure that they can cape for y'all because they like you, even though they know it's wrong. Even though, because I seen y'all caping for Blue Ivy. I saw y'all. Oh, but it's not that bad. But video, it's not that bad. She is 12, 13 years old. No way she should have cleavage. No way her boobs should sit up. No way should she be in a sweetheart neckline. No way should she have the makeup of a 40-year-old on. Y'all is crazy. Either way, watch your child, baby. That's all I'm asking. Watch your child. Okay? Because see, these days, these girls, when I was growing up, you know who I had to look up to when it comes to, and I didn't really look up to many reality TV stars or TV people, but if I had to say who our icons was when I grew up, Brandy, Moesha, bitch, the Parkers, Kim Parker, who we had, girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Girl, who did we have? We did not have these grown children as role models when I grew up. Our children today have grown children as role models. Girl, we had Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Moesha, the Parkers, 227. Girl, yes. Girl, I wanted to be Jack A. Harry and 227 so bad. Oh, I used to say when I get old, I want to be fine just like Jack A. Harry. Do you hear me? Listen. I loved it, her in that show 227. Let me move on. But I loved the Jack A. Harry in that 227. I used to say, I want to have that appeal on men. I want to be fine. I want all the men to stop and see me. How she used to be on the show on 227, Jack A. Harry's character. What's her name? I can't remember. What was her name? Baby, yes. Girl, I was a little girl saying, I want to be fine like her. I was a little bitty girl saying, I want to be able to walk in the room and men look at me like that. That's crazy, huh? Maybe I was too high names, but either way. Cassandra, that's her name. Cassandra, yeah, girl. I wanted to be fine like Jackie, baby. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I did. But either way, yeah, stop gaslighting us, like I said, telling us what we're looking at is not what we're looking at. It just is what it is. Y'all in Hollywood got to do better, okay? Period, point blank. But girl, yeah, our role models wasn't nothing like this. Our role models, you want to know their biggest issue for our role models growing up in the 90s? Our TV stars, the biggest issue for our TV stars is a date to the prom. Laura want to go with that dude that played basketball, but he don't want to go with her because Laura don't want to give it up. And Laura is an innocent girl. So now she can't go to the prom with the dude she been in love with because he wants her to give it up at the end of the night. So when she sat down with Miss Harriet told her, you don't let him mess with your integrity, Laura. And you're a beautiful girl, and that's all right. He don't have to sleep with you. And you don't have to sleep with him. You're going to fall in love with a man, Laura, who's going to love you for the rest of your life. And Laura was crying. And Laura said, thank you, mama. And we was crying by the TV. Yes, thank you, mama. Bitch. That was the biggest dilemmas we had. The biggest dilemma Laura had was she had to go to the prom with Steve Urkel. Bitch. That was the biggest dilemma. And whenever there was a problem, there was a solvent right then and there. Not today. Not today. Not today. Girl, you watching Good Times when they cornered JJ, or even when they cornered Michael in the corner. Remember they cornered JJ to go join the game? And James came home and snatched JJ up and said, not my son. That's the night JJ got shot. Girl, please. I'm just saying the problems are different. That's all I'm saying. The problems are different. That's all I'm saying. But the point of it is JJ had a daddy to go home to have his back. You get it? Girl, yes. Anyways, let's move on. Yes, the Cosby Kids. You want to know the biggest dilemma on the Cosby Kids? That time Vanessa wanted to go up to Baltimore to have big fun with the ratchet. Remember, they met a dude who was supposed to be taking their tickets and bringing them to the seats, but he ended up running off with their tickets, and that was all the money they had, and they couldn't get back home. So Claire and Cliff had to drive all the way up to Baltimore to go get Vanessa and her friends, because they want to go up to Baltimore to have big fun with the ratchet. That was our problems. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I just can't understand. Yeah, I remember Theo got his ears pierced. Remember Vanessa came downstairs, and I got to move on. But remember Vanessa and her friends came downstairs with the little bra tops on. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I know you're gonna like it if you give it a squeeze. My baby said it's easier than ABC. So come on. Girl, when Claire looked down, Claire said, did you see how Claire looked at them hoes? Girl, Claire was like, hold up. I think if Claire could have used the word, Claire could have said, bitch. I think Claire would have said, bitch, I know you fucking lying. I know you motherfucking lying to me. I know you lying. Oh, the good old days, child. The good old days. You had to be there. If you wasn't there, you wouldn't understand. You had to be there, girl. Anyways, let's move on. That was Bow Wow and his baby mama. Now let's go get Kevin Gates. Ooh, baby, Claire was a scary mama, huh? How was it that Claire looked like she don't whip ass, but looked like she'll whoop ass? Remember? Claire Huxtable looked like she don't whip her children, but she looked like she'll whoop your ass. Remember when she had to go get Vanessa, and Vanessa said, Mom, can I get my punishment tonight? No, she said, go up and go to your room and go to bed. And she said, well, can I get my punishment tonight? And Claire went to if at her, and Cliff had to grab Claire. Remember, Cliff had to pull Claire back. Like, I'm telling you, Claire Huxtable had the exact same, and I'm going off on a tangent. I got to move on. Claire Huxtable had the very same respect and fear that James Evan gave us in Good Times. Think about it. When James Evans walked into a room on Good Times, his children and anybody in that house had a healthy fear of him. What do I mean? I don't mean like they terrified. Oh my God, he's gonna kill us. No. I mean, my daddy don't play like that. My daddy don't play. So when he come in here, we gonna chill or we gonna straighten up. It's the same thing with Claire. When Claire walked through that room, and again, Claire looked like she ain't never whipped none of her children, never. But Claire looked like she will beat the fuck out of one of her children at the same time. How you look like you don't whip your children, but look like you'll beat the fuck out of one of them at the same time? And when Claire walked through the doors, when I tell you, like the rest of them, they shut up, she had the same effect. That's a healthy fear. So when people be on here saying, I don't want my children to fear me, I don't want my children to feel like, no. You have to have a healthy fear that it's not that I'm afraid per se of my parents. It's just that I'm afraid of letting them down. I'm afraid that I'm going to be held accountable for whatever it is I'm doing. Okay. So that's the kind of parent she was. She really was. Now let's move on. My little head thing coming loose. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Baby, Cliff was scared of Claire. Do you hear me? Cliff did not play with Claire. And that's big. Cliff didn't play with Claire. And that'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm just saying. Moving on. So now I want to get into Kevin Gates. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Brittany Renner had came out and said that her and Kevin Gates were together. Some was saying married, and I'm saying, girl, bye, or whatever the case may be. But either way, they had been spotted out together. They had been taking photos at basketball games. She always hugged up with him on red carpets, a whole bunch of stuff, right? And so it was a short timeline, but yet and still a timeline of what was going on between Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates. Now, recently, Brittany Renner did an interview on the red carpet where she spoke about how basically her and Kevin had gotten married and it was true, but basically it's not working out, okay? That's according to what Brittany Renner has said. And I want to share with y'all a little bit of this timeline. I'm not going to go through the whole timeline because to say it's all happening within like 6 months, it's a lot happening within the 6 months, okay? So just to kind of roughly go over the timeline, it says risque flirting to 52-day marriage, a timeline of Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates relationships, okay? So, okay, now mind you, this is written by the Shade Room. And we're talking about Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates, who only been together as fast as you could say divorce, okay? It says Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates had social media chatting in March after debuting their public romances. It says less than 3 months later, Renner confirmed that they had been engaged, married, and now awaiting divorce. All the while, Gates' first wife, Drika Gates, has remained silent through the ordeal. So what's the real tea between Kevin and Brittany? Here's a breakdown of their ties from risque comments to their 52-day marriage. Let me also be clear and say this. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. A lot of these people don't really be dating the people y'all think they date. They dating. A lot of those relationships are fake and placated for the internet. A lot of the people y'all be seeing when they be like, oh, they together, they dating, more than likely they not really dating for real, for real. I'm not saying that that's here, but I'm just saying people be lying. And they significant others won't mind waiting in the wind to let y'all think that they significant others doing X, Y, and Z. For instance, Drika Gates. If this is one of those situations, Drika Gates somewhere sitting pretty, ain't tripping, letting them do that internet stuff. But when he come home at night, it's a different story. That's how this internet is working for y'all and these celebrities, okay? All right, so let's get into this timeline really quickly. So we talk about that. They were only married 52 days. June 2022, she stars in Bad For Me music video, okay? So I'm assuming that's around where she met him. I'm not going through the whole timeline. It's too much. And then she saw him flirting at a music festival in July of 2022, right? Why would they even write this timeline? I don't think it's that deep. August, he make explicit comments to her on a live. February, she explains why she wouldn't date a Muslim man. And let me tell you something too. I always thought that she wasn't really a Muslim. I really did.
I have not been on a date since I've been Muslim. Now, there have been plenty of married Muslim men in my DMs, and just because it's permissible does not mean I have to sign up for it. I didn't come this far to be one of several, so let's be very crystal clear on that. When you go without sex for an extended amount of time and you are honoring yourself in a way that you never have before, you really start to see where people are leaking their energy, where they lack discipline. And there's nothing more unattractive than someone who lacks discipline. I like my men disciplined and a little militant. So when you don't choose you, there could never be an us. A lot of men think I need more of something to feel more. Babe, you need to go deeper. The only thing that can quench lust is love. The only thing that can quench lust is love. Please
You know, we live in a time where a Brittany Renner could get ran through just as much, if not more, than a Sukihana. But yet Brittany Renner gets paraded around the internet like she gets another chance because she decided to wrap a headscarf around her head. But a Sukihana, and I'm not taking up for Sukihana because whatever she gets as far as her image, she deserves. But I'm just saying, We live in a society where a Brittany Renner can be celebrated and given a second chance and even get married and play with the Muslim stuff and all of that stuff. But a Sukihana could get thrown to the wolves like trash. When the gag is, Brittany might be more ran through. And I can probably say Brittany is probably way more ran through than Sukihana. Yes, we've seen a lot of Sukihana. But honestly, Brittany is probably way more ran through than Suki. Yet, we turn our nose down on the Suki and we entertain the Brittany. I just always thought, have y'all ever noticed that? Brittany is a hoe and a slut. Y'all did the same thing with Drea Michelle. Y'all remember Drea, who said your wholeness could be deleted? No, it can't. Well, as a woman, I believe it can be. But for this conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, I felt from the very beginning, she used this religion stuff as a ploy. It's never been real. So in 2025, a March, they go live together. April, she riding in the passenger seat with him. We saw that video. We don't need to watch it. And then, I'm sorry, hold on. Kevin Gates shares engagement video in April. Listen to the timeline. So in July in 2023, they started flirting. So you mean to tell me, I'm not saying that it's impossible. All I'm saying is, you mean to tell me that all this could pop off within a matter of 2-3 months? I'm talking about a dating, marriage, and divorce. I just feel like it's all fake. But okay, let's go with it. So it says, now this girl, Persia P, I don't know who this is, but this is a girl that Kevin Gates was messing with. All right. And she is dating him, and she blasted Brittany Renner and said that she converted to being a Muslim just to do it as a trend. I believe her too.
It's honestly just sick how I was just laid up with him and you seen it and decide to hit him up to meet up. Just disgusting. He called you washed several times and that you lost your glow. That just goes to show you how this man just uses women when it's beneficial to him. Just manipulative and narcissistic as you turned Muslim because it's a trend and it's honestly a mockery to the religion. Cut it out. Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg.
All right, so that was Persia P and what she had to say. Basically, that Brittany Renner is capping, running around here playing Muslim. She ain't really no Muslim. She just doing that, for attention and for the clout. Okay, that was what she said. Now, if I scroll down, hold on. Now, if I scroll down, April, they go viral for some privacy conversation because I want to get to the video in question. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, and then in April as well, I think they have a date night. I'm sorry. And when did they get married? They still going on dates. They was at the game for LeBron in April. I'm about to show you how they be playing in y'all face. That's the Kevin Gates stuff. I mean, the LeBron James stuff we don't care about. And then right before the premiere, now all of a sudden they married. The event was the first time we heard Britt refer to rapper as her husband. Additionally, she rocked a diamond ring and a wedding band on her left hand that she flexed in pictures. It says her Instagram caption on those photos read, "Last night at the Basketball Wives season 12 premiere party with my husband." That's what she said. And here are the photos of her and Kevin Gates. Now, this is when everybody started running around here saying that these people was married, okay? Now, honestly, people are saying that Brittany is basically mocking the religion, but I've been saying Kevin has been mocking the religion since day one. I've been saying that since the beginning. He's kind of off and on with his practices and his behaviors and things of that nature. I've been calling it a mockery ever since. However, I understand what man-made religion is about, so it's all a mockery off the cuff. Okay, so you mean to tell me they get married for the premiere? How coincidental and how convenient. It's the Premier Basketball Wives. I need a storyline type tease, whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden, boom, show takes off. Kevin goes on about his way, and so does she. Because now she's on here saying they divorced. Check that out.
We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant, because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and things changing, right. Honestly, it's I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah,
a clear man at the BET Awards? It didn't dawn on me that's what it was. I just saw awards. Okay, so that's what she had to say then. Basically, that they decided to go their separate ways. She don't regret it because according to her, she just followed her heart. You know what I'm saying? And she's going to take the 90 days that Muslims take to figure out if they're going to be together. And she said she's going to start over because when you light-skinned it or racially ambiguous or biracial, your wholeness can too be deleted. Now, fast forward. Kevin Gates is seen on the red carpet, and the girl from the shade room sees him, and this is what happens in that interaction. Now, he's saying he's confirmed that him and Brittany are no longer together, but I do like that he didn't speak ill of her, y'all. Check it out.
To the shade room.
How we doing?
You looking dapper?
I do.
You do.
Oh, thank you.
I like your outfit.
Thank you. I'm flattered.
You picked it out yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
I like it. All right, so we got Mariah Carey, who's being honored tonight with the Icon Award.
You'll always be a part of me.
So I'm asking everybody to hit us with their best Mariah Carey note. So let me hear yours.
That you'll always be. I just hit it. Just
no, hit it a little bit more.
Oh my God! Now you trying to work me.
I feel like you do a good Mariah. Let me see what you got.
No, I don't, but I do what I can. I'm gonna get us there.
You are.
I'm gonna get us there on the car ride to the karaoke. You know how you be, cause I'm goofy. You know how you be singing along. Yeah, that's me right there.
We belong together.
Do we? Tell them what they know.
I ain't gonna lie. Kevin Gates is charismatic and charming in the motherfucker. That's a charming ass nigga. Like, I ain't even doing the interview, and low key, I'm a little bit blushing. Like, I'll say this. He knows how to handle and deal with women. You can tell. You can tell this nigga is a professional. Do you hear me? He knows how to deal with and be amongst women. That's a scary nigga to me. That's a real scary nigga to me. I can't speak for y'all. For me, I'm terrified because nigga, you might have me thinking anything. You see what I'm saying? A nigga this charming, a nigga this charismatic, a nigga this witty that'll look me dead in my face and be telling a joke and be giving me eye contact, making me tingle between my legs. I'm scared. I'm scared. Nigga might have me take out a loan for a new president or something in my name. Put it all in my name. Don't worry about it. Bitch trying to buy a whole state. Put it on my credit card. I got a credit card. Put it on my card. He with me. The fuck? That's my nigga. If he wanna buy Mississippi, he could buy Mississippi. What's up? He could get it in. I got a credit card. He could buy it. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like that would be how stupid I would be. So I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of these type of niggas. For real, I'm really scared. Because that's how dumb I would be. I would be the stupid bitch I be on here dragging about. So I be scared. I be scared.
Know about our love.
Tell them what they know about our love. Listen.
You need to be the one hitting it.
Kevin, what you working on that you want the people to know?
Myself. I've been really working on myself. You know, it's been a beautiful journey. And I got Luca Brasi about to drop, Luca Brasi 4. And I got the Emilio project about to drop. That's my middle name. And it means God's gift, because I'm God's gift. And I just wanted to show the world, you know, how beautiful I am on the inside, not just the outside.
Okay, how beautiful are you on the inside?
Lord Jesus, look at me. Look out, Lord. You do the best you can for him, world.
I'm crying. Well, I just saw Brittany. Why didn't y'all come here together?
Say what?
I just saw Brittany. Why didn't y'all walk the carpet together?
Oh, who I love, I don't discuss.
Okay. So why don't y'all walk the carpet together?
But I wish her the best.
Oh, y'all not together anymore?
Who I love, I don't discuss.
Okay.
But God bless her.
But God bless her.
Yeah, I wish her the best.
All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Mr. Kevin.
And then him saying, who I love, I don't discuss. Now I could trust you too. And again, this is bigger than Kevin Gates. It's not about him particularly, but I've been around men like Kevin Gates. They scare me. You know what I mean? My nigga said, who I love, I don't discuss. I love that response. He could have taken this time to call her everything but the child of God, say it was stupid. I thought it was going to last, but it didn't. My nigga said, who I love, I don't discuss. That, you see what I'm saying? My draw's already slipping off. But with that being said, that's what he had to say on the carpet. And I didn't realize, I'm telling you, I didn't realize how charming this dude was. I ain't realized it. They ain't know, y'all ain't told me that part. Every time I see him, he on there sucking his goals, talking about how he want to eat booty and all of that. I ain't know the nigga was that charming. You saw how that girl on the carpet, you see how she over there looking? And even when he like leaned over and was like, who I love, I don't discuss. Let me get off of here. Shout out to Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner. But let me just say this. Let me say this. As it pertains to Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner, this stuff was never real. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to tell you, it was never real. There's no way that you're going to tell me that Kevin Gates literally married this girl for 52 days. Where was Drika when all of this happened? Same, you know what it's like too on RHOA with Drew and Black. Where's Van while Black's supposed to be with Drew? Like, it's a lot of storyline happening. But either way, it's over. They're done. I don't know how long Brittany Renner is going to remain a Muslim. I say by the end of the year, she'd be out of the hijab. That's just me guesstimating. I think Brittany is just kind of figuring it out, playing around with stuff, pulling on heartstrings, trying to get her holiness deleted. But I think at the end of the year, she'd be out of the hijab, without a doubt. But anyway, moving on. Now I want to move on to Cam Newton and Keyshia Cole. Now, this is the craziest part with Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton has been making broken homes for a long time. Yes, he has. And he sat down with Keyshia Cole. Why I keep saying Keyshia Cole. He sat down with K. Michelle and discussed about broken homes. Now, I'm going to just say this. I feel like I can be a spokesperson. I can't speak for everybody. Sorry, because I'm not everybody. I don't have that to do, and I literally cannot speak for everybody. But as a person who grew up in a two-parent household, I feel like I have a bit of perspective to give to a conversation about two-parent households. And this is what I learned growing up. This is just what I learned growing up. So I remember I told y'all, back it up. So what's happening here is Cam is having a conversation with K. Michelle, and he's talking about not wanting to create broken homes. Even though he has multiple children, he says he does not want to continue to create broken homes. Oddly enough, Cam Newton came from a two-parent household. Ain't that crazy? I think his daddy was a preacher or something like that. But neither here nor there. Cam came from a two-parent household. However, it seems to me that Cam has not put those type of things in the forefront as it pertains to him procreating with these women, meaning I'm not going to get her pregnant because I want to make sure that my children grow up in a two-parent household, right? So I find it odd, but I understand, and we're gonna get into it in just a second. But I find it odd that someone who came up with that type of structure would actively be doing the opposite and then preach the opposite of what they're doing. So Cam getting on here talking about, oh yeah, I never really wanted to create broken homes, as he just was on the red carpet with the last baby mama, with baby number 9 or 10 or 12, I don't know. You're continuing to create broken homes. If he really and truly didn't want to create these broken homes and find stability for his children, hell, the last girl that's there, she looked like she ain't going nowhere. Put the ring on her, you done knocked her up twice, make her the stepmom of the house, and let her take care of all them damn children around there. But he don't even care about the kids that much, because all he cares about, in my opinion, is himself. But either way, he's having this conversation with Keyshia, and I want to let y'all hear it, and then I want to add my perspective, because as a person coming from a two-parent household, and then a person like Cam coming from a two-parent household, you'll see how that's not necessarily the bee's knees. That's not the end all be all, just having two parents. But we're gonna get into it. Get the likes up on the video. Let's get into what Cam had to say. Let me unmute this video.
A two-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that
you have a guilt.
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do.
He definitely has a guilt. As a person who grew up in a two-parent household, I remember the first time me and my ex-husband / baby daddy split. That was the very first thing I thought about. The very first thing. See, she doesn't understand him saying I had a guilt. He meant what he said. You do get a guilt. You absolutely get a guilt. And let me tell you why. You get a guilt because you understand what took place and what helped you to be. You've seen the way you were raised, and you watched the way some of your friends were raised. You've seen the difference in your household with your mama and your daddy, and you've seen the difference in your friend's household. And I ain't gonna lie, this is no shade. It's night and day. For the most part, it's night and day. For the most part, this is from my experience. So when you look at a single parent household, knowing you came from a two-parent household, remembering what your friend's single parent household looked like, you immediately feel a guilt. That's a fact. You do feel guilty. The first thing pop up is, damn, now my child gonna be by herself. My child not gonna be able to be at home with her daddy, or me and the daddy. You see what I'm saying? So there is a guilt. People who don't come from that type of upbringing, you won't understand. I promise you.
Nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. Mm-hmm. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically, that's our thing.
Well, what about now in having new kids and creating? Is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please. Go there.
Okay. Well,
my children do deserve
Hold on, I gotta hear this.
A two-parent household. The reality is...
See, listen to how he worded that. He said, my children do deserve a two-parent household. This is no dig to nobody. I swear to God. Listen to the words that he's using. He understands how important it is to raise children with two parents. That's why he says stuff like, my children do deserve a two-parent household. And when she said, he said, I feel guilty. She said, why you feel guilty? Well, it's not really guilt. No, it's guilt. It's really guilt. It's real. Real talk.
Having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another one.
Mm-hmm. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a two-parent home for your child that you already have, and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay. Having.
Okay, you starting off deflecting, my boy. What is the goal? You got 7 to 9 children. I don't know how many children you got. That girl got one more on the way. What is the goal? Even if you say maybe in 5 years, I'm going to marry her, settle down with her, my children will be acclimated by then. She'll be acclimated into the family unit, good for sure by then. They'll respect her as a mother. She's already will have made a you know what I mean? That what is the goal? Him all of that, well, what is the goal? That's all I'm asking. That's all Kay is asking. And he always skates because he knows there is no goal. He knows that. He know. Trust and believe he know there ain't no goal.
Goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, it has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
But that's cap, Cam, and let me tell you why. Because if your goal had been what you claim it is, to never create these broken homes, then your intent would match your goal and your drive would match your intent. What do I mean by that? Meaning, even if you walked into these women's lives and didn't expect for y'all to break up, once you started creating family dynamics with these women, you would have married each and every one of them with the intent of making it work. If not each and every one of them, you would have married at least 1 or 2 of these women. If Cam truly had a goal of not creating a single parent household, he would have married at least 1 or 2 of these prior baby mamas, because the intent would be there. And the intent would be what? To create a family dynamic for these children. But he ain't married none of them. That tells me your intent is never to create or dismantle this broken family home system. That ain't your intent. Because if it was, you would have did it, or at least tried. You ain't even trying. This girl, Jasmine, is that her name? She on baby number 2 for you, which is 9 or 10. Well, 2 for her, 9 or 10 for you. And you ain't even got down on one knee and asked the bitch if she would like a glass of lemonade, let alone propose. Cam full of shit. But people don't, but listen, he got money, he fine, he handsome, and he tall. Most women not gonna call him on that. Not women who interested in dating him. Most of them women not gonna call him on that. That's too much of a risk. He might dip and I might never get him no more. But Kate Michelle looks good too.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Fact.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
Okay.
So that's what I do believe in. I do believe there should always be a 2-figure household.
Can I ask you something you might get mad at me about?
Man, you can't make me mad. I'm bulletproof. My goal has never been to have multiple significant.
Being that you're living your life and you are who you are, you have your significant other who is who she is. Do you ever at night or when you're alone or in a space ever feel like you're speaking and things are hurting her?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel? Like, what does that do to you?
It took her to tell me that. I didn't know. Because you got to understand, too, that people have to give other people grace, because those aren't prerequisites of understanding for most men. And I always say this about men. Men don't register things the same way females do. Meaning, I don't know how that make you feel. I know. If you ask me a question, would you hit? Yeah, I hit. But you standing next to your woman.
Mm-hmm. And being...
See, I can see right through Cam. I can see right
And
through
now it's like, would you hit?
Do you see, like, I don't even get into that, but the attack that your significant other gets, I feel is very unfair.
And it's in large part self-inflicted.
What you mean?
Meaning inside the household, I bring these attacks to her. She used the words, not me. She said, baby, I feel like a piñata.
They've liked her.
So if you know that, wait a minute. Because see, she had been on this internet making it seem like y'all having a perfect relationship. But I already knew that was cap. This is what I want to know. If you know that your actions, your words, and the things that you're doing are intentionally hurting your woman, the mother of your children, so much so to where she's literally coming to you saying, baby, I feel like a ping pong or a piñata. You know what that means? She getting banged up from the people outside and she getting banged up from this nigga inside. That's what she's saying. He's acknowledging that, yeah, I do mess up and I do hurt her. If you love someone, love is an action. It's not a noun, it's a verb. When you love somebody, it causes you to go into action. That means you care about somebody. When you care about somebody, you don't want to see them hurt. You don't want to see them crying. You don't want them to feel like a damn piñata. So whatever it is that you're doing that could potentially inflict them in a negative way, you're going to cut it all off. You're only cutting it off for the protection of the person that you're in love with. Cam is acknowledging this stuff and still sitting up here like, what? But I mean, and I get it. Yes, I have her crying in the fetal position every night. Yes, I see her crying in the closet. I see her throwing up. I see her losing weight. And I hate that this is happening to her. And every time you turn around, somebody sitting across from him saying, well, Cam, why don't you just stop doing it? Well, see, yeah, and you're right, and I am. But the way the universe and the stars, that's Cam. Cam don't give a mother pluck. Cam like that girl, and he cares about her to an extent. Talking about the baby mama. But Cam don't like, ma'am, if you on here, Cam don't give a mother pluck about you for real. He would, especially while you're pregnant, he wouldn't even allow you to go through that type of stress while you're pregnant. Girl, Cam is using you as a portal and as a goddamn ATM machine for churn. He just deposit the coin and out comes a baby. You better run as fast as you can. And to the women coming up on Cam Newton platform, I'm so tired of y'all hoes. And this is no shade to K. Michelle. I'm so tired of y'all hoes going on here speaking on behalf of Jasmine, Brittany, whatever her name is. She grown. She like it. I love it. Let's move on. I'm not about to keep talking to Cam about why he keep hurting her feelings. She getting on this internet crying with smiling with bags under her eyes, playing like everything cool. So we just gonna go with the move. We gonna go with whatever move she giving. And the fact that he on here saying opposite of everything that she be on here saying tells y'all better stop hollering about all that relationship goals and all that. Y'all don't know what the hell these people be having going on.
Before y'all have become a couple.
For sure.
And some things that she has said, might have offended women in other ways, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, something called being drunk. That dick.
And now it's like, would you hit?
Oh, and to add to that question too, talking about would you hit and all this stuff, let me say this too, as far as this hitting stuff. A man who respects his woman ain't even gonna dignify that response in front of his woman. Now, if he with his friends, his partners, his homeboys, that's one thing, and that's nothing we could do about that. But a real man who's around his significant other, his woman, a person he care about, a nigga ain't even gonna come ask him no stuff like that in front of his old lady. Period. Because a nigga know not to disrespect me in front of my old lady like that, or disrespect my old lady in front of me. A nigga not even gonna play with a real nigga like that in front of his girl. And be like, hey, you holding your girl hand, and here come his partner. Hey, you see that? You a smash? Who does that? But that tells me the dynamic of their relationship. That's what it tells me. That tells me that nigga running amok around there. That's crazy, right? He running amok around there.
things, and this is why I always tell females, and I'm grateful that we're having this conversation and you're asking me these questions, because even as strong as I am, even as successful and how much money, I still need help. Help meaning, you got to tell me, babe. Like, I don't know how this is affecting. No, for sure. And sometimes.
Yes, he do. He know how it's affecting her. Bull crap. She don't have to tell you that. You know, when you get on here and say stuff like you don't have no intentions on being married no time soon, that girl sitting at home pregnant crying. Stop the cap. Girl, Cam is an idiot and an asshole. Any woman deal with Cam, you get what you deserve. Don't come back here 10 years later talking about some surviving Cam. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about y'all freak offs. I don't want Jasmine coming back talking about how her and her churn was hiding in the closet, in the bathroom, in the tub, thinking she had toilet churn, it was a tornado watch. Whole time is Cam coming through the door. I don't want to hear none of that ugly ass shit. I'm telling you now, because this is the making of that. I don't want to hear none of it. Jasmine, shut your ugly ass up. You sit your ass down and eat your cake. You was there lying to us, keep lying. You been lying, keep lying. She likes it. I love it. We got to stop campaigning for her. We got to stop campaigning for her. We have to.
Women lead with, you're supposed to lead. Mm-hmm. And that could be like, hold on, but I still need you to give me insight so I can lead us, right? Mm-hmm. And we have these conversations. That's what I'm saying. I'm an open book.
I didn't know how you were going to be like in a conversation, because I'm going on his show, and one thing, I've made a living off of singing the thoughts and writing the thoughts
in real time
and the true feelings of women.
Things, and this is why I always tell.
Nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls, we're witnessing this and that, and it's like the genders are doing this.
Clashing.
Yep. It is really destroying family. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music, and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the Black community do our men create real homes? Nowadays, what we're witnessing city girls. Just our first time talking. And you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful Black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on Black family. You know? And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a Black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, Black men, and I tell my Black men to really step up for Black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking Black women. And it's not cool. They're not creating homes. They're just our first time talking.
Wow. This conversation got deep. Let me say this. I totally understood everything about this conversation. And K. Michelle is right. We have created a culture that glorifies the negativity that literally attacks the Black family. Like, for instance, this gender wars thing. That's why I know I got people in my chat. I got women in my chat who hate men. I know that. But I be trying to get y'all to see that this long run is not this is not it, man. This is not it. Y'all don't understand how this literally affects the community as a whole. Okay? I get it. We can be single parents and we can raise some really successful children, but we don't understand how this affects the community as a whole. And for her to start crying, it really touched me, because you really want things to come, You know what I'm saying? To get to a place where black men don't hate black women and black women don't hate black men. Because right now, black women hate black men and black men hate black women. And it's the oddest thing that I've ever seen, because the women who hate the men are sleeping with the men who they hate. And the men who hate the women are sleeping with the women who they hate. So it's really just a fake hate, because y'all really need each other. You know what I mean? And let me just say this. As a person who grew up in a two-parent household, especially a traditional two-parent household, like what I'm saying is, like, for instance, my dad went to work. My mother stayed home. In the morning, she was up to make sure we had breakfast or whatever we need to get us ready for school. After school, my mama was already having dinner ready. As soon as we walked through the door, put your book bag down, take your uniform off, sit down at the table, do your homework. I had a traditional, like a TV family household per se, not in theory, but per se. You know what I mean? And I understand, and it took me to be a grown-ass woman, not 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, not none of that. I'm talking about 35 plus. It took me to get there to understand how important that dynamic was in order for us to be successful as children. Now, just because you grow up in a two-parent household don't necessarily mean that you're going to turn out okay. There are many factors in that, right? For one, you can have two parents, but one or both of the parents could be worth 2 nickels, meaning they ain't worth a dime. So having two parents physically is cool, but as far as parenting, there's not any of that happening. So that can be that. Also, when it comes to the two-parent household, you got to understand that it's different, because not only just having two parents, it's not about having two parents. That's only one dynamic of it. It's about having two of the right parents who are willing to co-parent together and do whatever they need to do to make things or an environment conducive for the upbringing of the kids, even if it's discipline, even if it's, for instance, my daddy didn't do a lot of the discipline, but when he did, my mama stepped back. My mama was the one who did most of the discipline, because my mama was the one who stayed home. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm just saying, those small little minute things we take for granted. And now we're in a position where it's celebrated to be a baby mama and have buku churn. I'm not saying we supposed to shame it, but we celebrating it. Like, we shouldn't shame it because it happens. It's life. But we damn sure shouldn't be celebrating it the way that we do. It's now to the fact that we got black women going down to clinics and preserving their eggs and just going pick random sperm donors. I'm talking about black women. Pick random sperm donors to have children that they know they're going to raise single. It's a very complex situation. Cam is a selfish mother effer, and Cam needs serious therapy. Let's really start there first. There's something going on here for Cam. And Cam coming up in a two-parent household doesn't necessarily mean Cam is going to turn around and reciprocate or repeat the same thing that he experienced growing up. Because as you can see, he's doing the polar opposite, okay? Cam don't care about nobody but Cam. That's what it gives to me. And honestly, with Kay, I understood what she was saying, how she want black men to do this and that. I think that as black people, we all got to work together. Black women, we got to start over and we got to change some stuff. Black men, y'all got to change some stuff. But we all got to change some stuff if we are to still have any sort of black family dynamic. If not, we're going to continue to hate each other. We're going to continue to be on this line. Every time somebody has something, say something. Oh, black men, I hate them. That's good for them. I don't like black men. That's why. Black men. It ain't all black men. Just like there's a black man who could say he had a horrible experience with a black woman. It ain't all black women. But it's more, the longer y'all fight these gender wars, because you're in your fields, the longer and the worse we going to be off. But as a person growing up in a two-parent household, that was one of my guilts. That my daughter wasn't going to grow up in a two-parent household. When you grow up in one, you understand how important it is. If you don't understand, if you've never grew up in a two-parent household, a functioning two-parent household, you don't understand how important that is. But I just wanted to bring that to y'all and see what y'all had to say about it. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to tell you this, as it pertains to this community that we trying to build with Black America, FBA, whatever we trying to do, we got to get over the gender war. We have to. If we don't get over this gender war, we will forever be screwed. The Democrats are using Black women to go against Black men and everybody else. The Republicans using Black men to go against Black women and everybody else. Then you got social media who using Black men and Black women to hate each other. And then they hate each other, but they still smush, but they still, it's a lot. It's just a lot. We just got to do better as a community. Let's move on. We got to do better as a community, okay? And then also too, y'all wonder why y'all got all these feminine ass niggas y'all dealing with. You know, the nigga more soft than you. That's because he raised by his mom. He been up under his mom. He ain't had much masculinity around him. The nigga always in his feelings, always emotional. Oh, I can't believe you did this. Oh, this really messing me up. Not a nigga in the corner in the fetal position crying. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, he was missing that. He was missing that masculine upbringing. Again, this is no shade to single mothers. Love y'all. We need y'all. But at the end of the day, it just is what it is. And not just the boy, the girl. You wonder why she a slut? Why at 14, 15, she's sleeping with all these young boys. She getting pregnant 15, 16. Because it ain't just the boys. You wondering why she keeps sneaking out? She doing drugs. You ever thought? Yeah, the environment is one thing. Yeah, circumstances, situations. I get that. But has anybody ever thought that that absent parent could have played a much bigger role than... You see what I'm saying? The point of it all is there's a balance that's needed. A mama and a daddy. And you ain't got to live together to have both. But there definitely has to have a mama and a daddy. There's a reason why that was made like that. Girl, I'm so tired of this damn thing. Let's move on. Now I want to get into sorry, y'all. Let me tie this to the back. I want to get into Yandy's side dude, you guys. Get the likes up on the video, y'all, please, and thank you. Get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. We got 1,032 people in the chat. Shout out to everybody. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and welcome to the dollhouse. I saw a long comment I wanted to read. It says, so I had 3 parents taking care of me and my sis and bro. I'm youngest, and we all 3 got married. Some families are different and still and learn all they need to from a non-traditional home. Yes. And listen, let's really be clear about this. Nothing that I'm saying is a dig to single parent homes, because we all know that a lot of successful people, especially a lot of successful Black Americans, come from 2-parent homes. That's not what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is it's still important to have come from single parent homes, but it's still important to have a 2-parent home. That's all I'm saying. And if you've never had one, you don't understand. And I'm not trying to help you to make you understand. The only thing I can say is if you've never had one, if you can find a good co-parenting situation with a partner, then I think you should look at that. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Yandy Luther the King. Yandy Luther the King. Okay? All right, so Yandy's, we know her side dude had been coming out talking to us about all the stuff that had been going on, right? So we all like, oh Lord, what's going on with Yandy and Mendeecees? Now, according to Tasha K said that Yandy was in fact the one allegedly who had cheated first. And that's why she was on here crying, talking about, oh, y'all don't want to let a family make it because I'm a family and we Black. And y'all just don't want to let a Black family make it. According to what they said that the reason she was doing all that is because they both knew that they both were cheating. Allegedly, they say Yandy was cheating first. And then Collateral went and dropped off his Lapita bird. Now, I don't know how true that is. I wasn't there. Please, I don't know. However, it's giving to me, put on this show like the rest of these girls, stunt queens, put on this show in front of the masses, and whatever we do behind the scenes, that's between us. I keep telling y'all, most of these relationships is fake. Y'all gonna catch on to it though. But either way, so Tasha K was able to get the guy on the phone. Remember, he tried to back out of the interview at the last minute, and Tasha was like, yeah, nah, that's not how any of this works, because it's literally not. She put it on Tasha K Live, but it looks like she started playing a little piece of it on her channel on YouTube. I am so sorry. So the side dude hits up Tasha. They do the interview, and Tasha was able to release some of it. Now, in this particular clip, he from Ghana, they say, he fine. I ain't gonna lie, he fine as hell. But anyways, this particular clip, he's talking about the time he called her and Mendeecees was in the call, girl. Now, he better be scared. Mendeecees like knocking out buff niggas. Mendeecees know how to fight. He got hands. Babatunde, make sure you be careful. Let's get into what the boy had said. And he better hold collateral don't run across him.
Like, this was just a casual thing between you and her. Did she tell you anything about, like, Mendeecees and why she would decide to, I don't know, kick off things with you?
I don't think it was ever a topic of discussion. No, for some strange reason, we never really spoke on them. We were driving to, I think it was going to one of her business meeting that I was following her to. And obviously, Mendeecees called her, obviously through the phone, but it was connected to her car. He was having a full-blown conversation with her. I was sitting in the car, and I'm not gonna lie, that for me was a bit, I won't say, it was a bit uncomfortable, because America's not my country. I'm from the UK. I'm like, is this safe? It's like, does this make sense? What if this
he's from the streets now.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
no, sir, it is not safe. Mendeecees fight. He like to fight. He a street nigga, hood nigga. Mendeecees will knock you upside the back of your head, sir. It's not safe. I'm glad you thought about your safety. There's nothing safe about being around Mendeecees after he thought you done slept with Yandy Luther the King. You are not safe. Stay in the UK, okay? Now, as far as the UK, now that I'm hearing his accent, you mean to tell me, Yandy, you flew all the way to London and that nigga ain't have a place to put you up in, a place to wash your ass after he make it wet? You had to screw him in the room with your gay bestie and your gay assistant? You mean to tell me that nigga ain't have a place of his own? He couldn't put you up, bitch? You know what I mean? After the do is done, get you a warm towel. He couldn't do all that. Put a little soap on it just for a little razzle dazzle of cleanliness, enough to get you home. He couldn't invite you over to his crib. You mean to tell me you flew all the way to London and that nigga still had to come meet up with you? Yandy, you better not be hustling this far backwards, because this is an African. They supposed to have money. This an African. He supposed to be putting you up in a mansion over the weekend. So you mean to tell me Yandy, you know what? But Yandy slow like this shit. Yandy slow like this shit. Yeah, pretty lady. I think it's a storyline too, but we going with the move.
And the thing is, I know that too, but not that means anything to me, because down here, I'm not, just use your imagination.
Yeah, I know about the UK. I know how y'all get down.
Obviously, I'm not in that, that's not my country, so the same sort of accessibility I would have down there, I wouldn't have over there. So obviously, for me, it's definitely very unsafe anyway. But anyway, they were speaking anyway, and obviously, when they came off the phone, I kind of looked at her like, is this normal? I felt like, is this an American thing? Because that was like, I won't say it was a bit wild, but it was a bit wild for me. It was like, I'm sitting in a car. He has no clue I'm in the car. And you and him are just conversing as if it's a normal day.
In the last 6 weeks, Van Horn Law Group has confirmed 6.
I don't know who that clear man is, but either way, it's not adultery because they were never really married. Let's start there first. So it's not adultery. Just a bit of cheating, not adultery, because they were never legally married. You see what I'm saying? Girl, I don't believe this, but my bad. But honestly, girl, what's the girl name? Yandy, girl, shut up. And to the man, to the London, I'm from London. I ate a tea crumpets. I didn't know. Should I be safe? I don't know if I should be safe. I'm from London. You shouldn't, nigga. Don't you you better not step foot in Atlanta. I know a lot of your friends and cousins is over here. You better not touch down, because if this is true, Mendeecees gonna whoop your ass. You got to know that. He done whoop niggas ass for less. Remember he beat that boy up, the trainer who supposed to be Yandy cousin, because he posted that photo. Mendeecees gonna beat your ass. So I'm just saying, stay in London. Stay in London. Stay in London, because Mendeecees gonna find your ass if he finds you. Okay. Secondly, so that's what it is. Yandy side dude spoke to Tasha to say that he thought it was awkward that when he called Yandy, Mendeecees was in the background. That's how it worked. She live with a nigga. Sometimes you call, the nigga gonna be here. Duh. Like, nigga, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't know. I just think this is all messy. I think this is obviously a storyline that we'll see unfold on what is it? Love and Hip Hop. I told y'all. If you want to know what's gonna happen during the season, pay attention to social media prior to. Yandy's storyline is going to be that it came out that Yandy cheated with this dude from London that time they went out there to do the album, the crew album, or whatever the case may be, and probably afterwards. And then Mendeecees gonna be feeling some type of way, and then Yandy's gonna try to cry and beg to get him back. And y'all already know how it go. Same shit, different toilet. Welcome to the party, you're late. But yeah, that's the London dude. He does sound young. Somebody put that in the chat that he does sound young. He do sound young, but it's kind of hard to tell through the accent because I'm never really, hey Shanti. I'm never really into a whole bunch of I don't know a lot of people from London, so I don't know the accent to know but he do kind of sounds young, but he probably is. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that was the Mendeecees thing, child. We'll keep updated on that. Now let's get into Diddy and this Kemp situation in Ye. All right, where do we begin? Hold on. All right, so now I want to go to. Let's just go to week 5 of the trial. Let's talk about Diddy. Let's talk about Diddy in week 5 of the trial. So this is what we know. He had the escort girl who is a Jane Doe. People are alleging that she is 50 Cent's baby mama, which we don't have no proof of that, but people are alleging that she's 50 Cent baby mama, Daphne Joi. Okay. Daphne Joi came on originally like a like a victim. She was a person that was trafficked, the person that was brought here, there, and everywhere, made to do certain things, even though she never said she didn't want to do them. And even though he didn't say you had to do them, in her mind, she said she was made to do certain things. Now, fast forward, we find out through 2 weeks of testimony that Jane Doe ain't nothing but a hoe. Jane Doe ain't nothing but a low price hoe. Not even a high price hoe. She a low price hoe. Okay, who went from celebrity to celebrity to celebrity and landed on Diddy, and now he can't get rid of her to this day. To this day, Diddy can't get rid of Jane Doe because Jane Doe allegedly holds the freak offs over his head. Okay, now. 2 things are happening simultaneously. Jane Doe is on the stand, and people are speculating that Jane Doe is Daphne Joi, which is 50 Cent's baby mama. Baby mama. Now, giving that being the situation, I was watching this video from RRG, huge channel. Shout out to them. I'm sure they don't need my shout out, but I was watching this video, and I'm gonna pull it up. There was this old video from 50 Cent, right? So apparently, Daphne Joi was not only also with 50, she was with D-Ray Davis and Jason Derulo. That's his name. Little weird ass black boy. I thought he was Spanish or something like that. I don't know. But either way, so what's happening here? Oh, hold on. Sorry. So My phone fell, y'all. Just making sure I ain't crack it. So what's happening here is this girl this isn't her first rodeo in the industry. Like literally not her first rodeo at all. As a matter of fact, she's only been climbing this mountain as we go along, because if she started with D-Ray and then ended up with Jason Derulo, then to 50, then to Diddy, it looks like my girl is climbing the ladder, okay? Now, the rumors back in the day, before we knew about this Diddy stuff and the Jane Doe stuff, the rumors back in the day was allegedly that Diddy had allegedly gave 50 Cent baby mama the herp, allegedly. What's that on RRG channel? But had gave him the herp, and not only gave him the herp, that or gave her the herp, but she came back and gave it to 50. Now that was the rumor. I can't confirm nor deny that. As a matter of fact, as we speak, it's still alleged. However, given all of the details that's coming out of here, we're starting to see that basically the STIs, the UTIs, all the TIs, they be down there at the industry, and everybody in the industry sleeping with the same people, which means if one of them got something, more than likely a lot of them, if not almost all of them, have it. Okay. So I'm trying to find this video because I want to show y'all. Yeah, it's from RRG, 50 Cent, Daphne Joy. Let me see. Did she delete it? No, I don't think so. I want to show y'all in this video, and this is just an old video from Fifth, right? Let me just share the video so that way I got to keep looking for it. So in this video from RRG, she's talking about obviously the relationship between Daphne Joy and 50. But this the gag though. In the video, the lady says that basically D-Ray came out and said that Daphne Joy was modeling for Smooth, but how can she model for Smooth when her coochie is bumpy? Crazy work. And then it made me think about the stuff I had heard before. But I keep telling y'all too, y'all gotta understand this part. Y'all have to understand this part. That industry ain't nothing that you want to deal with. That industry, y'all thinking these people is really who they say they is. They really not. They really not. And mind you, these are rich, very rich people. They don't have time to do nothing but everything that you can't think of. They don't have nothing but time and money to do every single thing that you couldn't even fathom as a poor person. So while you sitting up here thinking that's unimaginable, it is for them, okay? So, hold on. Let me get to the part in the video where she's talking about D-Ray. Hold on. Because that was the funniest part. I was like, whoa, I didn't know she dated D-Ray too. I had no clue. Now, this is when she was dating Jason Derulo.
He flooded his social media.
Fair use for educational purpose. Entertainment.
Media account with pictures of his and Daphne's son Sire during the 2015 holidays. But when Daphne and Jason went public with their romance by posting intimate vacation pictures, 50 suddenly removed all the photos of his son Sire from his Instagram feed. 50.
Okay, let me fast forward. So right there, her post up with Jason Derulo, 50 got mad, saw it, and so 50 basically stopped posting or took down the photos of his son. Y'all already know how he is, so this is not surprising.
Month after Remy Ma shared a picture of her slimmed down.
No, I don't need to hear that. That's him flirting with Rem. And Pat responding. Hold on. I want to show y'all the part. Ooh, and this is another thing too. Floyd had outed him too. Ooh, D-Ray outed him and Floyd. What timestamp is this? 7:17. I'm gonna come right back to it. Because I want to find the D-Ray disc first. Let's get into it.
In 2011, he took to his Twitter to write, "How you model for Smooth if your coochie bumpy."
Now, that's what he said. Let me back it up. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. This is what he had to say when he found out that Daphne Joy was messing with 50. This is what D-Ray had to say.
And D-Ray must have felt some kind of way about his ex moving on with 50. In September 2011, he took to his Twitter to write, "How you model for smooth if your coochie bumpy."
Wait a minute now. Pump the brakes. Her coochie is what?
Bumpy?
Come again now. Maybe I didn't hear that right.
He later deleted the tweet.
So y'all gonna...
Too late. So, D-Ray in his feelings, seeing her done moved on, and you with Diddy, bitch? So he went to the internet and did what he was supposed to do. And the name of the magazine she was modeling for was Smooth. And he had a question. How you gonna model for Smooth when your coochie bumpy? That's a valid question. I feel like that's a valid question. So now this is allegation number 1 of the hurt. Now let's get to the one with Floyd. Y'all remember when 50 was getting into it with Floyd? And remember 50 had said he challenged Floyd to reading a book out loud? You see what I'm saying? Remember that? Girl, well, I never knew this part. Or maybe I knew and it just went over my head. But when Floyd clapped back at Fifth, baby, he told him that he had the herp. Yes, he did. Let's get into it with that. So remember, him and Floyd was cool. Now they beefing. Now it's clapback season, and it's given to me. Floyd had time that day. That day, it was a lot of times Floyd didn't have time, but that day he had it. Check it out.
I mean, Floyd took to his Instagram to post a lengthy response. The post, which is still on Floyd's account after all these years, drops some interesting tea. The boxer called 50 a certified snitch who hasn't had a hit song on the radio in years. Floyd then accused 50 of living in an apartment in New Jersey and staying in other people's business just to stay relevant. The most damaging part of the clapback was when Floyd wrote, "So quick to gossip like a b****. Why don't you tell everybody how you got herpes from DJ?"
Ooh. According to Floyd said, "You over here gossiping like a bitch. Why you don't tell everybody how you got that herp from DJ?" Now, who is DJ? Who is DJ? Who is DJ? And then secondly, how many of you niggas up in Hollywood got the herp? Now, the rumor I heard back in the day was that she was going back and forth from Diddy and 50, meaning she was smashing both of them. That's the rumor I heard back in the day. And I heard that's how he got the hurt, because she was smashing on Diddy and she was smashing on him and bought him back the hurt, allegedly. That's what they said back then. That is her initials. It sure is. That is her initials. DJ Daphne Joi. It sure is. So Floyd basically saying, why you over there trying to gossip and act like a bitch? Why you not telling everybody how you got herpes from Daphne Joi? DJ. Ooh-wee. But the rumor, this is before the internet, not before, but before we was really in the, before I was really in the internet, the rumor on the streets, the word on the curb was 50 got the hurt from Daphne, who got it from, what's the boy? Diddy, allegedly. Now, you know, D-Ray keeps him 2 or 3 women on his arm, too. So this might have been one off his flock that he felt some type of way about, but had to move on. You see what I'm saying? But Floyd then came out and told that he had the hurt from Daphne Joi, okay? DJ, or at least he says DJ, okay? Now, fast forward. Jonathan Oddie was inside of, let me go pull it up. I'm gonna just pull it up. I feel like I just have to put it up. Jonathan Oddie, and this is just me guesstimating. Jonathan Oddie during that interview spoke about how he got the hurt because he was sleeping with both Cassie and Diddy. He didn't say, and remember, in the breakdown of this week's trial, one of the interrogation, one of the things that was said was that the girl on the Jane Doe said that her and Diddy slept with one of the dudes. Remember which one that was? They called the Big Three, where she was Shaq. No, he was Shaq. She was Kobe, and Diddy was supposed to be Jordan. According to Jonathan Oddie, he slept with both of them and they gave him the hurt.
He is very alpha, okay?
I'm probably not someone.
I just looked at a doggone commercial. Lord, spare me. Y'all get the likes up on the video. We over here guesstimating, girl. We don't know. We just over here joking and laughing and talking and, you know, gossiping and whatnot. Girl, I literally just watched two doggone commercials. Like, come on now. All right, hold on.
He likes money. He likes to make money. And he likes women, and they know they want to defame him in certain ways with Stormy, with other people, because they want him out of the government, okay?
Hold on, let me back up.
But most of them mistake.
Let me back up.
And it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible. I'm not, for them, that's what I was. That's all right? Me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available, which are Mark. Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule.
Okay.
The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she, you know, took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are...
Pause. He said, I had a settlement with Sean. I'm going to back him up. Listen to what he's saying. He said, I had a settlement with Sean.
With Sean, okay?
Let me back him up.
And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so...
Right.
So I love black people, okay? I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that...
Mind you, if they really wanted Diddy to go down, they would bring somebody like this man in to testify. But this man will throw too many other people under the bus, okay? They can't use him as a witness because, yes, he said Hillary Rodman. Yes, he did. Yes, he did say Hillary Rodman. Yeah, y'all got this shit run deep. But either way, him, as it pertains to this situation with him at this doggone thing, with this Diddy, I forgot what I was about to say. I got to stop reading the doggone comments. Let me just let it roll. It might come back to me.
I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting blamed for anything, okay? Right.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. They don't want him on the stand because he would really put a lot of stuff out there. Stuff about people that don't want to be talked about. So they're not putting him, they're not putting Gene, they're not putting none of these folks on the stand because it could lead to somebody else. Okay? Now, mind you, Jonathan Oddie is or was one of the escorts that was used and slept with frequently by Cassie and Diddy. And he's speaking about, or he's going to speak about, not only the sexcapades and the Illuminati and the Boule, he's also going to speak about how he settled with them after they gave him the hurt. No cap.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is
Sean. He said I would have sex with Cassie. I'm gonna remind it. And this was years ago, so I don't need nobody to say he capping or he this, that, and the third. This was about 2-3 years ago, 4, maybe 5 years ago. He said I would have sex with Cassie. Sean would be in the corner watching, telling me what to do. That's literally what we've been hearing every day in court. Every day in court, we've been hearing the same thing. The girl be having sex, Diddy in the corner. You get it? So basically, he's describing this. You get it? Now, he's going into, mind you, he also said, I have sex with Cassie and Sean. He didn't say just Cassie. He said, I have sex with Cassie and Sean. Okay? Watch.
Talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay?
Sex slave.
For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won.
Pause. I was a sex slave. All I did was just sex. That's what he said. I was a sex slave. And then he said, I caught herpes from Sean and Cassie, and I sued them, and I won. I'm going to play that back one more time because I don't want that to go over nobody's head.
And stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But
I caught herpes. I came back, sued him for the herpes, and I won. But, and that's why he giving us the caveat.
Did Mark Eros and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy. Gotcha. It's possible, I'm not sure.
All right, so this was another sex slave for Diddy, and he said that Diddy would be in the corner watching him be with Cassie, and he would tell them what to do. He also said he slept with Cassie and Diddy. He also said that Cassie and Diddy gave him herpes. He also said that he got a $1 or $2 million, but he had to hand over the video. Remember, there was a video in question from another person. They could have been switching out the names. Who knows? Okay? So now, he's the sex slave. He sued for $2 million, got the money. The caveat to the money was turn over the tape. He said they accidentally gave him back the tape and he might still have the tape. Now, this was years ago. But all I'm saying is, listen, everybody's story is lining up. It don't matter what these celebrities say. Everybody's story is lining up. Jane Doe, we don't know who it is, but the whole situation of her lining it up with 50 posting the day that she came on there and all that stuff is giving me that Jane Doe is Daphne Joy. Now that we've put that piece of the puzzle together, then you start to think about all the other moving pieces. If Daphne Joy became the new Cassie or the bigger, better Cassie or whatever it was, as far as the freak offs, and Daphne Joy used to be with D-Ray, she used to be with 50, she used to be with Jason Derulo. Now she with Diddy, and she's going to holler at freak offs with Kanye, and then Ye saying allegedly, because we believe that this rapper is Kanye. And if the rapper is Kanye, Ye is allegedly asking for references. Oh, can you refer somebody to me? And she like, yeah, I know somebody. Let me call the agency. They out there selling coochie and all of that stuff. But the point of it is between Floyd Mayweather said Diddy and Cassie had herpes. Oh, no, let me back it up. Floyd Mayweather says DJ had herpes. Take that information and do with it as you please. 50 Cent just so happened to have a baby who have initials DJ. Okay? Floyd said, according to Floyd, Floyd said, not only does she have it, but she gave it to you, Mr. Postman. So that would mean, according to Floyd, allegedly, 50 and Daphne got the herp. Now, if Daphne gave you the herp and you think that she got it from Diddy, would you not want to make Diddy your arch nemesis? I know I would. He will be my forever enemy. There would be no way around this. He will be my forever enemy, okay? And then y'all got to understand too, just like basketball players and athletes, these people sleep with each other. There's a very small circle of people and they all in each other, So who they giving herpes to? Each other. Yes, one of your faves is probably walking around with the bumps, the humps and a bump. Okay? And that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. But what we're not going to do, you feel what I'm saying? What we're not going to do is act like everybody not saying the same thing, and we're not supposed to draw these conclusions like they being drew. Everybody saying that Cassie and Diddy is running around here having a herb. So if all these other people procreating with these people, then more than likely, they probably got the herb. Which would make sense why Daphne and Cassie kept getting back-to-back UTIs. Because why? UTIs, when they come back-to-back like that, is typically a sign of a what? STD, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Remember Armand asked that, and we talked about it on this channel. I said, everybody getting a UTI. Armand said the same thing. Ain't nobody getting the STDs and the STIs. Yes, they are. 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 Yes, they are too. You feel what I'm saying? They're giving it to each other. And all y'all see is the Instagram and the red carpets, and y'all don't even know they itching between the legs. How that go? Whole coochie done burnt up, shriveled up into threads. And all y'all see is that they be on the gram with their clothes on and their jewelry. Hey, let me say this too. A lot of people thinking that these vixen girls, these video girls, these bad girls who be around all these rappers have it easy. From what I'm starting to realize is they just be passing and smutting these hoes out. That's it. That's what it's giving to me. Y'all around here passing around hoes. The same hoes. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, I believe, I don't know this to be a fact, but I believe that Diddy could be ground zero for the hurt in the community, in the celebrity community. He could be, maybe he's not. I don't know. But a lot of, remind you, I told y'all yesterday when we talked about this, or day before yesterday. What did I tell you guys? I said when Cassie sleeps or when Jane Doe sleeps with 3 men, she literally just inadvertently slept with about 15 to 20 or 30 different people. Because you have to say, let's say Cassie or Jane Doe sleep with 3 men. You don't know if they got significant others. Let's say they do. Let's say they got significant others. Now you just slept with 6 people because I'm pretty sure they're sleeping with their significant others. And God forbid that their significant other has or is cheating, because now you've slept with however many people that person slept with. Raw, crater mouths, volcano mouths, craters and bumps all through the mouth. UTI so bad, all your coochie hurting. Can't even sit down, and they still ordering up freak offs. But we supposed to just move past that, huh? I'm talking about passing out STIs and UTIs like Halloween candy. But we supposed to just move. Everybody, that part goes over everybody's head. That's the part that stuck out to me the most. I'm thinking, y'all doing this raw? And these are escorts? So that means they doing somebody else? I'm thinking, girl, they might be the ground zero for a lot of outbreaks that done happen in the Black community. It was very disgusting what they did and what they're doing. And it ain't just them. They just the ones we talking about. It's disgusting. It's dangerous. People go to jail for knowingly spreading STIs and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if they had the hurt. And I don't know if they passed it. But all points and all fingers are pointing toward Diddy and Cassie. That's what the fingers are pointing to. And guess what? If they can run across something like hurt, if they didn't run across nothing worse, they should be thanking the high heavens. But I'm pretty sure they're not, because they high out their mind. But this last Jane Doe ain't nothing but a smut. She just happened to be called out for it now. And people are still trying to handle her with these delicate gloves, and I don't understand why. I know a hoe when I see one. That's a hoe. Jane Doe is a hoe. A professional, underpaid, yet and still a hoe. And I think that we need to give her just due. Okay? All this, but I don't want to hear none of that ugly ass shit. She was a slut, and Diddy knew it, but he's stuck with her right now. Right now. Okay? So I'm sorry. So they keep trying to call a mistrial, and I'm gonna be honest. It's been a few times where they could have actually called a mistrial. I don't know what this one is about. I honestly don't care, to be completely honest. But they wanted to try to call a mistrial, and they keep getting denied. Just let the mistrial part go at this point. At this point, Diddy's team need to let the mistrial go, let this trial play out, and then appeal whatever you feel you're going to have to appeal later on. Other than that, you just grasping at straws at this point. Okay? Now, I wanted to show y'all, hold on. Ye. So, Ye popped up. Before we get to Ye, let's get to Tia Kemp. So, Tia Kemp made a video asking where all the Diddy friends was. And she's absolutely right. None of them niggas are to be found. Hell, not even Stevie J. He should have at least been in a doggone courtroom. I mean, he was all over everywhere else before he got arrested. But anyway, Tia Kemp wants to know where everybody else who claimed to be Diddy friends and why they're not at the courthouse. And she's absolutely right. This is a valid question. But again, everybody, I told y'all this before. This was a give and take relationship between Diddy and everybody he was around. He treated them like nothing because everything was transactional. They were around him for something and he was around them for something, period, point blank. That's what this is all about. And that's why they gone right now.
So Kanye gonna be the only one that show up at the courthouse in support of his buddy. Since nobody don't want to say it, I say it. All right, Khalid, get your big fat ass down there to the courthouse. Ross, get your big wide ass down there to the fucking courthouse. French Montana, get your yellow ass down there to the fucking courthouse too. Kevin Hart, get your short ass, funny ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse too. Meek Mills, get your Philly ass down there to the fucking courthouse too. And all them bitches he was fucking, Young Miami, I love you. But get your ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse too, city girl. Who else? Saucy Santana. That's your dog too. Go down there to the motherfucking courthouse. Now he needs support, y'all. Who else? Joi Chavez, that's her name, future baby mama and Bow Wow baby mama. Take your ass down there too, girl. Jennifer Lopez.
Now this part went over my head. How is Joi related to Diddy? That part I don't know because I don't know nothing about the girl Joi, whatever her name is. But if somebody can help me out in the comments, that part went over my head.
Get your ass down there too. Who else? Gina, where the fuck you at and hiding? Get your dick sucking ass down there, motherfucker, too. You stirred up a lot of shit. Who the fuck else? I'm trying to think. Who else? Most of you motherfucking rappers that was on this dick, y'all niggas was on this dick. Get y'all motherfucking ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse, too. Like I said, get y'all ass down there to the motherfucking courthouse. They messaging me, telling me.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was Young Miami, I'd be down there supporting him. Because before Diddy picked up Young Miami, and I get it, it was a mutual benefit for both of them. But before Diddy picked up Young Miami, she was on her way out because we wasn't checking for the city girls no more. So if I was Young Miami and he was cashing me out like that, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be there. Hell, she done already put the sign up talking about congratulations, Poppy. Girl, I'll be there for my nigga. I don't give a girl. Watch out. You think I give a fuck about what a bunch of po niggas gotta say, bitch? I'm trying to secure the bag. I'm here for my nigga. What's up? Girl, please. Young Miami should be there. And not only Young Miami, all those other people should be there. Especially French. You couldn't see French without seeing Diddy. French Montana. Rick Ross for a moment. You couldn't see them two without seeing each other. All these other people that she called, none of these people, because they all fall in line. They all work for the same powers that be. They not trying to jeopardize nothing they got going on. See, this is bigger than just the average regular thing. You got to understand behind the scenes, whoever's controlling and pulling the strings with this Diddy stuff has already sent out a memorandum of all points bulletin or whatever to everybody around there. Stay your ass out of this. Or you next. That's why nobody ain't down there supporting Diddy. Hey, how you doing? That's why nobody down there supporting Diddy, for real. Because they know if they go down there with that bull, you next. And nobody wants to be next. Nobody wants to be next. So that's what this is about. But honestly, they should have been down there. DJ Khaled wouldn't have a doggone career if it wasn't for Diddy, if it wasn't for Wayne and them and Cash Money, if it wasn't for, hell, Black America. And especially Diddy. Because a lot of his remixes, a lot of his stuff he got came through Diddy. So DJ Khaled, a lot of these people, they literally should be down there supporting that boy. But you know what? Diddy should, and I'm pretty sure he figured this out real fast. When it get hot, everybody go do their own thing. Everybody go do their own thing, and I'm on my own by myself. And I'm pretty sure if I'm Diddy, I don't know about y'all, I'm an emotional bitch. But I know for me, if I was an asshole to people, and then come to find out they all gonna turn on me anyway, I'd have been wishing I could turn back the hands of time to be even more of a dick to these motherfuckers. Because it's a lot of people who smiled and kikied and did it face, acting like they was for that man. And then when the tough got going, or the going got tough, they got the hell on. And that's messed up. But guess who did show up? Cinder Blockhead. Look at Ye.
Back up. Do you think this is an Illuminati attack on Diddy?
I hear I heard the not talking about some Illuminati. What?
Back up. Do you think this is an Illuminati attack on Diddy? Take it, brother.
Well, okay. First of all, let's start with the most obvious. Ye looks like he lost weight. He is glowing, huh, Harley Quinn? I thought it was me. That nigga is glowing. I thought it was me. I thought it was the glare. I'm like, maybe it's just a glare. That nigga glowing coming out the courthouse. The nigga got a real glow. Y'all think I'm lying? Is it just me? This nigga got a halo like an angel glow around him. And I know good and well he ain't no angel. He lost weight. He look good. He do look good. Shout out to Ye. So this is what happened. Yesterday, it was rumored that he was coming down to the courthouse, but nobody knew for a fact. They had to do a whole recess of the court because there were rumors that Ye was outside or trying to come in or something like that. But then it turns out that it was like 35, 40 minutes and then everything went away. Ye went away. It was rumored that he was coming yesterday, and he did. So actually, was that today Saturday? Today Saturday. Yeah, yesterday, Ye actually showed up. Now, according to what I'm hearing, according to Armand and Mims, make it make sense, they're saying that, according to Mims for sure, he said that when Ye came in, they put him in an overflow room by himself. He said Ye wasn't there but 20 minutes and was gone. So his thing is, if you really gotta support your friend, why would you leave in 20 minutes? Because, girl, these are two major billionaire, egotistical, pompous, rich assholes. If it ain't about Kanye, Kanye ain't doing it. Kanye only, if you ask me, attached himself to the Diddy madness. If you ask me, for two reasons. Number one, he knew he was next. And number two, he also knew that basically this is last-ditch effort. I may as well put my tea out. You feel what I'm saying? While I can. This is why I believe y'all keep hearing all these different, seeing all these different posts of him. Oh, I was with my cousin when I was 3, and oh, I'm a cuck, and I'm this. It's almost like he trying to give y'all his tea before it comes out to you. But him and Diddy were beefing for years. They only got back cool once Diddy got arrested. Not even once he got arrested, recently. Okay? But they say he was only there for 20 minutes. At least Ye showed up. But one thing I will say about Kanye is people drag for him, myself included. People drag for him and say that he crazy and this, that, and the third. He everything that y'all say he is. But this is what I tell you, he not. Tied to them people so much so to where he can't speak his mind. Kanye has crazed himself so far out of the doggone world in this universe to where he's so crazy, Kanye could really say and do whatever the fuck he want. And to be completely honest, that's got to have a level of fucking freedom that none of us will ever know. Do you understand what that would probably feel like or possibly feel like, to where people automatically dismiss you so you can literally say whatever you want and literally nobody's going to take you seriously? And you could be that's got to be a level of freedom where you could just get on the internet and say whatever you want to say and have no consequences behind it. Because who gonna pop me? It's got to be a level of freedom. But either way, he did show up, and with his level of freedom, he's able to show up, and even if it's for a photo op, with his level of freedom through his craziness, he's able to go up and show up for Diddy when nobody else can. You know what I mean? Some people say people do that. Some people do it. Some people have the luxury of some people have the luxury of being able to say what they want, but the average American don't, because you can make a fake page and people can still find you and find your job. Girl, the way the internet works today, they'd be done called your job and got you fired. Girl, you just work at the Family Dollar. But they don't give a I don't like that you said that Seahurst got popped in the feet. Call the corporate office at Family Dollar and get her fired. Next thing you know, Family Dollar putting out a letter. Oh, Family Dollar, while we do acknowledge that Voodoo was an employee over at the Family Dollar, we do not stand by any of the things that Voodoo has said on this here internet. So we would like y'all to know that I see it every day. It happens over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? So we, as average Americans, ain't as free as we think we is. You think you can get on here and say what you want? Get on here and say what you want. Girl, them people be done called your job, called your church, your mama, your daddy. Bitch, them people be done went on Ancestry.com, digged up your ancestors. Girl, the internet is a very, very scary place. Very scary place. But it is a level of freedom that Kanye has to be able to pull up at the courthouse on his own terms. You know what I mean? On his own terms. Because I tell you what, people want to sit up here and act like he don't have no type of leverage or he don't have no type of leeway. Who else done showed up? I'll wait. Who else showed up? I'll wait. Name another celebrity who showed up. And don't tell me they didn't show up because they think Diddy is guilty. Because that's why none of them not showed up because they think he's a bad person. Because they all one and the same. They didn't show up because they can't. They handlers told them, you can't do that. So, but yeah, Ye pulled up. They say he was only there 20 minutes. So that obviously that means he wasn't there for Diddy. But I'm pretty sure the conversation after that was crazy. I'm pretty sure once the court date was over and Diddy was able to dial out, I'm pretty sure Diddy got on the phone with Ye and was like, nigga, you really came in here and made a spectacle 2 days in a row for nothing. But I don't know. We'll see how the trial goes, y'all. But I'll tell you this. I don't know about everything, but what I do know is when it comes to these celebrities, yes, even your favorite, they are all one and the same. Beyonce is probably just as nasty and vile and disgusting as Diddy. Crazy work, right? Yes. All your faves, not just Beyonce. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Seahurst, Meg, Nicki, all of them. Even if they're not doing it right now, they've done it. You got to do it to get in there. You don't just walk in with a clean nose. That don't go like that. But neither here nor there. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got to understand this. Y'all got to understand it. We have now gotten a peek into what really be happening behind the scenes in Hollywood. That's all this is. The Monster, thank you for the super chat, says, Kevin suffer from Diddyism. I'm about to go get me some Diddy Dukes for my vacation. Diddy inspired my vacation, y'all. I'm going to Turks. I will be going to Turks this year. I will be trying to find me the best pair of Diddy Dukes. I have been working out for my Diddy Dukes. For when I put them on, it will be a Diddy inspired vacation. I don't know if I'm going to go all white on the nails and the toes again because I literally just had that. But I understand that that's a low-key sign. for the freak offs. So I don't know. I'm in between how I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do. Am I going for the freak off or am I going just to go? Or am I going just to say I was there? I'm just going through my mind. But either way, Turks is the destination. It is Diddy inspired. We will be doing a Diddycation this year. Shout out to Diddy for the inspiration. I really appreciate it. I had done heard about Turks, but I wasn't sure. But ever since the trial, I knew right then and there that the Diddycation is in effect. And we will be down to the Turks and the Caicos. I told my old man, where we going? He said, what is Turks and Caicos? I said, that's where Diddy had a freak offs. And he said, sign me up. So we will be down there. It will be a Diddy inspired vacation. We're going to call it the Diddycation. And I will be documenting. Yes, I will. So make sure. Yeah, I'm dead ass serious, Jennifer. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm really going to Turks. Y'all think I'm playing? Girl, I'm really going to Turks. Wait, I know we be on here joking, but I'm really not playing. I'm really going to Turks this year. I'm really going. I swear to God, I'm going. I'm going in August, as a matter of fact. I hadn't booked it yet, but in August. If I run across Jane Doe, I'll make sure we snap a pic. The dedication is in full effect. The dedication is in full effect. Let's really be clear about that. The Akani Collective, thank you for the super chat. That's the Aquarius energy, though. LOL, I'm on Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius, so yeah. Aquarius, y'all are different. Y'all too opposite for me. I'm a Pisces. I'm too emotional. Aquarius, my sister was Aquarius. Love y'all down, but y'all just too hard for me. But yeah, no, I get it. Tisha, thank you for the super chat, says, when Jane Doe said that the men wore matching short sets, I hollered. I thought about Meek and Diddy matching outfits. Facts. Who knows? Diddy might have been at the freak offs with Meek, and that's why they was dressed alike. You never know. You never know. Vita's daughter, thank you for the super chat. Distractions. We are literally in World War III. Absolutely. Absolutely, Vita's daughter. And Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Boo, tell your chat that the reason Oddie is in an interrogation room is because he shot up the Trump Hotel in Florida. The investigators are questioning him after he was captured. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, Pure Joy. Thank you. So the Jonathan Oddie situation, to really be clear about that, when he was arrested, he was not arrested for anything that had anything to do with Diddy. This arrest and this interrogation had everything to do, thank you, Pure Joy, with him shooting up the Trump Hotel. Matter of fact, the beginning of the video shows it. Look, this is why. Hold on. He was arrested for pulling out a blicky at the bottom of the Trump Hotel where allegedly Diddy and them was doing freak offs too. And remember, we pieced that together too. This is Jonathan Oddie. Now, when I first came on here, I told y'all, I said, wait a minute. Because all of the freak offs is happening at certain hotels. But two hotels that were bought up were the Trump hotels in Miami and in New York. So then I thought about Jonathan Oddie. I brought this to y'all before. I said, well, Jonathan Oddie was in the lobby using a blicky, shooting up the lobby, and that's how he got arrested, and that's how he ended up in the interrogation room. Now, mind you, they're arresting him because this is during the election time. They're thinking that he's one of these political people and he's doing this behind the Trump thing. And he is, because the music and entertainment thing is intertwined into the Trump thing, which is why you will never see Jonathan Oddie on the stand. But either way, I thought it was odd that he's inside of a Trump hotel where allegedly Diddy be sometimes doing the freak offs. And then he's also talking about this entire interrogation about Diddy's involvement with Trump. He spoke more about Diddy than he did Trump. He spoke more about, now mind you, he's arrested for shooting up the Trump Towers or the Trump Hotel. He spoke more about Diddy than he did Trump. And when he spoke about Trump, he spoke about his and Hillary and all the rest of them, their direct relation to Diddy and the boule. But that's a conspiracy theory. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know if everybody ready for this. I don't know if everybody ready for that, but it's all connected. And once you realize entertainment, politics, church, once you realize all of these people are the same person, I swear to God, you're going to look at them different. I swear to God, you're going to look at them different. But yeah, that's why he was in there. It was because of the shooting of the Trump Towers downstairs. But either way, that's all I got for y'all. I ain't really got much more. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all get the likes up on the video. I love y'all so much, and I will catch y'all on the next one. I gotta get off of here and help my man. He putting ribs on the grill for Father's Day, child. Father's Day. Anyways, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. Love y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Where's my outro? Where's my outro? Here you go. Nope, that's not it. Right here. Peace. See y'all later.
Come on, Blazer.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.